God.
Yeah, Jason was like, we totally did that on purpose.
Wow.
Because when I first heard the song, I was like, again, holy deja vu, Batman, right?
Yeah.
And I caught that too, even before I heard the interview.
Wow.
So as you like to say, Dave, an homage.
An homage. That's right.
To Genesis's Abacab.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a good pull.
But I tell you, yeah, musically, and the way the song ends, I almost think this should have been the last song on the album. Because the way it fades out with affirmation, I just thought would have been a great way to end the album. But I don't know, it's just really undeniably catchy.
Yeah. And I tell you, it does leave you wanting more of it. Because it fades out, and I almost want more of it. In my eyes, this does close out the album, and I look at Hey Hey as sort of some sort of like bonus cool down track. Because that has that sort affirmation sort of rocks it out, and then Hey Hey, it's almost like that little scene at the end of a Marvel movie or something. Like it's like a little button at the end. Hey Hey, which is called Hey Hey, and then parentheses without greed. It's sort of an outro. It barely has any vocals. It's the cool down from the album. Sammy's shouting out, change the world, stop the wars, feed the poor, heal the sick. He's throwing everything in there in case he dies and he wants everybody to know he was a good guy. I do think it is his sort of very positive ending message. So, and if you think about the lyrics in affirmation, when you talk about what I said before about someone who is wealthy but unfulfilled, so he looks toward religion to kind of get to know himself, and then I think Hey Hey is sort of representing the realization of the direction whoever this guy is should be heading in. He has realized that there's things he can do with his money, and there's ways that he can change his greed for good type of thing. And I don't know, that's the vibe I get. What did you make of that last song?
I agree with you that, Sam's trying to get all the positive messages he can out in that song. He's like, oh, this is the last song.
Yeah.
So I got
exactly.
It's almost like
him in there.
He is.
Yeah,
and it's almost like, I almost get like that give peace a chance vibe.
Yes. Very
where
much
it's kind of
so.
like singing, kind of like talking. Like it's almost heavy-handed, everything he's throwing out.
It is. It's very
there.
heavy-handed. Yeah.
But the other vibe I get, if Give Peace a Chance is the mother of the song, the father of the song is Hey Hey, What Can I Do?
Oh, wow.
By Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Because it definitely has that acoustic vibe.
Yes.
And when Jason does the drumming and he throws in those drum fills where he's like, blah, 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 that is a total Hey Hey, What Can I Do move.
Yeah.
Right there.
I think you're right.
And that song was definitely one of the inspirations for this song. Okay. No doubt in my mind. Haven't read it yet, but I'd go all in on that bet. And I'm not a betting man.
Okay.
But I mean, a very nice positive way to end the album.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird hearing Sammy or anybody sing like, money is good.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of people who take that approach where, it's not the money, it's the greed that's the problem.
Yeah.
And Sam lists all these good things you can do with money, which is a very valid point. And by the end of the album, it does something that a Sammy Hagar album doesn't usually make you do.
Right.
It makes you think.
Woo! That's right.
It's not really a dig on Sam.
No.
Well, I guess maybe it is, but that was never really Sam. It wasn't always Sam's thing.
Right.
But by the end of this album, and certainly with this song, it gets you to think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hats off to Sam for pulling that off.
That's right.
After being in the biz for over 40 years.
That's right. And let me tell you, Sam is very, very proud of this record. He's very excited about it. He's very amped about it. He feels good about it, and he should. It really comes off good. And I urge everybody to really give it a chance and really listen to the whole thing. And I don't mean listen to it like, study the lyrics and find the messages. Just put it on and let it roll and feel the vibe from it. It's not a heady record. It's not the type of thing that you're gonna like sit and think, oh, I mean, let me tell you something. Sometimes I would get a headache trying to figure out The Wall and and Kisses of the Elder, Tommy, and all that kind. I mean, I love the songs, but sometimes following the story and this character and that character, it gets to be too much after a while. So again, like Dave said, it's more thematic album than a concept album. I think Sam loves the concept of calling it a concept album. I think he likes that, which is fine. Let's give it to him. He's 71. But I think the fact that he's still putting out this quality of music and he has this much of a kick-ass band and he's out there promoting this thing old school, doing press, going on Stern, doing different podcasts, doing live simulcasts everywhere, touring around to the beach party that he's... I mean, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I mean, this guy is really fucking delivering. And you know, you give him fucking credit because, come on. I mean, the brothers aren't doing this. And you know what? Eddie Trunk said it and Howard Stern said it. Eddie has got to be shaking his head because he's got Michael and Sammy, who are such a goddamn team. The way they play together and harmonize together and click together, who wouldn't want to play with those guys? And they're cool guys, but like, you know, they're delivering vocally with background vocals, and Sammy can write and play guitar, and Mike can play bass, and, you know, it's like all you really need is drums and a guitar to add to them, and you got a great band. And you know what? Sammy's doing it. And not only that, he's taking the fucking Van Hagar catalog with him. And I give him credit for saying, you know what? I'm taking my catalog back. I'm going to take all those fucking hits, and I'm going on tour, and I'm going to Finish What You Started, and When It's Love, and Right Now, and Pound Cake, and Why Can't This Be Love? And he's fucking out there delivering it. He's waving that Van Halen flag out there in addition to this new album. He really is. He actually, if you look at the current set list, he's cut back on the Zeppelin tunes. He plays one Zeppelin tune, which is Rock and Roll, which is sort of a nod to the 5150 era in a way. And then he also does one Montrose tune, Rock Candy. There's a little history there. And he plays his Sammy Hagar, hits as well. But he's doing a nice chunk from this album, and he's doing Van Halen songs. He's even thrown Seven Seal into the damn set list. This guy is out there. He's the only one, with Mike next to him, of course, waving the Van Halen flag. Dave's not doing it. The brothers aren't doing it. Wolf's not doing it. And Gary doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But I love Gary, but I feel bad for him. You're getting half of Van Hagar here. And in my opinion, those two are the most integral members of Van Hagar because they really were the sound of that band. We had Eddie's guitar, of course, and Eddie's guitar is always important, but in the Van Hagar era, it was really the sound of Michael and Sammy that drove that era of the band. There was guitar solos here and there, and of course Eddie's always important, and his musicality and writing is imperative. But in terms of the sound on the stage and everything, that was a very strong point. Not to take anything away from Eddie and Alex, they're always amazing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not putting the brothers down. I love them both. But these guys are out there. They are truly the other half, which is the old name that they used to go by for a very brief period. But they are the other half of Van Hagar, and they are waving that flag out there. And I really believe that in addition to promoting this album, which I think Sam is so proud of, which he should be, and his, his own catalog and history and stuff, I think he really wants to firm up the Van Hagar legacy. He's doing a hell of a lot of songs in the set list from that era. He could be filling those with Sammy Hagar songs, but he's filling them with Van Halen songs. What do you think?
I think it's certainly not for lack of effort that he is promoting this album.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he is totally out there. So, I mean, the guy's out there. He's doing it. He's doing it well. Like I said, he's flying his era of Van Halen. He's flying that flag high.
Oh, yeah.
So, more power to the guy. And, he's got a great attitude. He's having fun doing it. He's taking his buddy Mike out.
Yep.
And, maybe it will inspire other present members of Van Halen to get off their duff.
I can't imagine what they're thinking.
I mean, this is, well, they're not thinking anything. They're not thinking anything. And look, and in terms of Sam, I mean, this was a long time for him to release new material on an album. I mean, his last studio album of new material, I think, was the Sam and Friends album, which was something like 5 years ago, something like that. Maybe I'm off by a year or so.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's close. Now, that doesn't mean he hasn't released anything since then. Right. I mean, he did the Light Roast album, and he did the This Is Sammy Hagar compilation, and he did the Circle Live album. And, I mean, he's certainly, he's got the TV show, he's got the radio show, he's got the Alcohol of the Month that, he's doing, and the T-shirt that he's wearing, so you never forget what he's selling at any given moment in time. So it's not like the guy was sitting around doing nothing, eating bonbons all day.
No.
But music was always at least a part of it. Yeah. And he's still doing it, still putting out a new album when it inspires him, and I think it served him well, because if he was just going to put out an album to put out an album, you and I would have been like, yeah, there's 2 or 3 good songs, and the rest of them were like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, he waited till he felt the inspiration. It worked well for him. The proof is in the pudding, the album. He's doing the largest tour he's done in a while, which for him is, I mean, I know it's not that long, but for him, it's long enough. And
that's what she said.
Oh, there you go. I left the door wide open for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And, he's just enjoying life and doing it while he still can. So hats off to him.
That's true. So we are definitely suggesting everybody go out and get this album, download it, or pick up a copy. It is so worth it. If you're not a Sammy Hagar fan, that's one thing. But if you are a Van Hagar fan, if you're a Sammy Hagar fan, definitely. It is a must. You have to get it. And really, I can't imagine you not being. If you're just an old school Van Halen fan and just like Roth, I understand that. But you know what? Sammy's solo stuff is really, really always been top notch. It's great solo stuff. He's got awesome stuff. It's definitely worth checking out. Space Between by The Circle. It lived up to his hype. It is definitely a strong effort. So we are suggesting that. And we are...
Hey, can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
Why is it called Space Between?
Because if you look between your left leg and your right, Dave, the most important part of your body is the space between.
I don't even know why I asked you.
I think it's... I don't even know. I mean, look, what the fuck does 5150 or OUA 12? I mean, all these fucking titles for unlawful carnal knowledge, none of them make any fucking sense. Balance.
Well, I thought there was
some relation. Off balance.
I thought there was some relationship to money or something that I was missing, but I fail miserably at concept albums. So maybe somebody can let us know what the meaning of Space Between.
Perhaps that is the riddle that you have to figure out before you pass the troll at the bridge. I have no idea. I don't know.
All right.
Perhaps he'll reveal it in an interview coming up. So we'll
excellent.
We'll
I look forward to it.
Okay, we are on to our interview with Guitar World editor Andy Aledort, who spent a lot of time at 5150 when Billy Corgan interviewed Eddie Van Halen in the mid-90s promoting the Balance Tour. Andy gets into all the details about his trip to 5150 and his interactions with Ed and Al and what he saw and experienced there. And we talked to him about his new book on Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood. And we look forward to that conversation coming up next. Take a listen.
Thank you, buddy. How do you do, all of you out there in Videoland? My name's Dave, but you can call me Dave. Yes, indeed. Hopping and bopping and popping with the best bet for the top of the pop smash gold at the boss beat with the timely tunes for those with a textured taste. Shut up, baby. No time to waste.
Need a laugh? Check out the Funny How Comedy Podcast, which focuses on upbeat conversations with legendary comedians. It's free on Spreaker and iTunes. Check us out on Facebook at Funny How Comedy Podcast, on Twitter at Funny How Podcast, on Instagram at Funny How Comedy Podcast, or email us at funnyhowcomedypodcast@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Jackie Martling. My brand new autobiography, The Joke Man, Bow to Stern, is being released. Go to JackieTheJokeman.com. Great.